Good morning to all. Can you hear me? Okay. Good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss on how to create stored procedure in Microsoft SQL Server and how to call that created as stored procedure in ASP.NET. Then next topic is validation controls. So these are the topic today we are going to discuss. First, how to create stored procedure in Microsoft SQL Server. So just I want to give a demo. Okay, first to open the Microsoft SQL Server. Here, Microsoft SQL Server 2008 R2. I have installed Microsoft SQL Server 2008. So in that, you have to select SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, SQL Server Management Studio. It asks database engine and server name. Here my server name is local. Okay, if it is SQL server is located in or installed in another remote machine, then we have to give here IP address of remote machine. Here server name is local. Okay, server type is database engine. Then authentication type is just a default Windows authentication. Okay, just click the connect. Okay, here you can see database. Okay, you can see database. You can expand the database. Okay, I have already created a database name called CSE. Okay, here already I have created a database called CSE. You expand that. Also, in that you can view database diagram, table, view, synonyms, programmatically. Okay, then uh, here I have to expand table. Here already I created a table name is called online course. These are the column. These are the column ID, name, department, years, course name, platform, duration. Then how to create a stored procedure in this database means, so you can see, so another folder structure is called programmability. Programmability, you expand that. Here you can view the stored procedure. Here you can view the stored procedure. Just right click on that stored procedure. Okay. Uh, Click new stored procedure. This is a window will appear. Then okay, here uh, right click on stored procedure. Click on new stored procedure. Then click on new query. Okay, click on new query. Here you have to create your stored procedure. Okay, this is a already I created this stored procedure. Use CSE means database. CS is a database. Then create procedure. Okay, already I hope all of you know how to create a stored procedure in database. Okay, create procedure. Select pro is the name of your stored procedure. Okay, select underscore pro the name of your stored procedure. Then as set no count on. Here what is a query? Select star from online course. This is a query. Yeah. Select star from online course. Just you select all the statement, then click on execute. Select all the statement, click on execute. Okay. Here already I have created the same name select pro. So I get this error message. Okay. Just you change the name and select all the statement, click on execute, command completed successfully. Okay. Then how to execute these uh, Stored procedure means execute your stored procedure name. Okay, then select this statement alone, then click on execute. You will get the result. Okay, you will get the result. So this is a stored procedure. Name is called a select row one. So yeah, which contain a SQL query select star from online course. So yeah, then how to execute the created select stored procedure? Just use the execute command. So yeah, then give your procedure name, stored procedure name. So you will get the output. So yeah, so likewise, so you have to create a stored procedure in Microsoft SQL Server. So yeah, Microsoft SQL Server. In any application, web application, just you call this stored procedure alone. Select row one. Okay, just you call stored procedure which is already created in SQL Server in any web application. You can get this result. So yeah, likewise, you have to give any SQL command within stored procedure. Okay, so how to call this created SQL stored procedure in ASP.NET means just open your Visual Studio editor. Okay, open your Visual Studio editor, then create your new website file, new website. Okay, well, here already I created a website called chapter 40. Okay, chapter 40. Here I have created a web page name is called database ASPX. Okay, database ASPX. Here, so already we have discussed how to create a connection string to database in ADO.NET topic. Like how to create a connection string. So we have to create a connection string in web.config file. Here it is a web.config file. So in that file, I have to create the connection string that is connect to your SQL database server. Okay, so this is a command for creating connection string. Okay, connection string tag. Then name of the connection string is called SQL data source. Then provider name equal to system.data.sql client. Here SQL client is a provider. Okay, provider name is system.data.sql client. Then connection string. What is a connection string? Server is local. Server equal to local. Then integrated security equal to SSPA or true. Then what is the database name? Database equal to CSC. Database equal to CSC. So how to refer this connection string using this name of the connection string SQL data source. Okay. So this statement here I have included. So for creating connection string, name of the connection string, provider name, SQL client name, connection string, server equal to local, security equal to SSPI, then your database equal to CSE. Okay, so this statement is used for creating connection string. So then I have created a ASPX file. Okay, wow. So in that file, I just drag and drop uh, grid view control. So yeah, grid view control, so which is available in uh, data category, data category of your toolbox. So yeah, data category of toolbox. Just to expand that, you can view the uh, grid view control. So this grid view control used to get the data from database. Okay, with the help of uh, data source. With the help of data source. So already we have created a data source name. Data source name is called a SQL data source. So yeah, which is included in our web.config file. So yeah, web.config file. Okay, just here I have drag and drop the grid view control in this web page. So this is a web page. So yeah, then also I have included one more button. Okay, button. The caption of the button is called call update procedure. Just you click the button, you have the property of button here. One property is called the text. Here you have to give the uh, your caption. Here I have to give the call update procedure. Okay. How to call our stored procedure, which is defined in SQL Server in web pages. Okay, just this is a code. Okay, yeah. This is a code. First, I have to get the reference of our created data source. Create a data source. What is our data source? SQL data source. So yeah, using web configuration manager dot connection strings. Okay, number of connection strings la I have to refer my connection string SQL data source dot connection string. Yeah, so this str connection string contain the reference of this SQL data source connection string. Okay, then I have to create a method is called get data. In that get data, I have, to, I have to create connection object that is called con using SQL connection class. I hope all of you know how to create a connection object. Okay, con object new SQL connection of str connect string. So these string refer to our created SQL data source. So these SQL data source in turn refer to our SQL server, SQL server, SQL server, index server. It refer to our database is called CSE. So yeah, CSE database. Then we have to create an object for SQL command object using SQL command class. So yeah, so in that command class, I have I, I have to call our created stored procedure. This is a stored procedure name. So yeah, kindly notice that this is a stored procedure name. Then this stored procedure uh, execute against this connection object. This connection object refer to your local database server, SQL database server. Then you have to set command type dot stored procedure. So because here this SQL command going to execute stored procedure. Okay, so we need to set the properties stored procedure in command type. Okay, this command object dot command type equal to command type dot stored procedure. Then open your connection. Yeah, and again uh, how to execute command, how to execute command which contain the stored procedure using SQL data adapter. Okay, I have to create an object for SQL data adapter SDA for your command object. So yeah, for your command object. Then when so this stored procedure return a set of records. This stored procedure return a set of records. Select star from online course. So yeah, select star from online course. It contains set of record. So how to retrieve that record in our application means with the help of data set. Yeah, data set. What is data set? So data set is a similar to database. So yeah, which hold number of tables. So yeah, data set is similar to database. So yeah, temporary database which hold number of tables. So number of tables are records. Again, I have created a object for dataset class. Then using the SQL adapter, I have to fill the retrieved records into dataset. Retrieved records into dataset using fill method of SQL adapter object. Yeah, SDA dot fill of DS. So yeah, in the DS la, okay, The command output clear. So what is output of command? Output of your stored procedure. The output of your stored procedure referred by command object. So yeah, so this output record stored into a data set. So yeah, then again I have to refer this data set which contain the output record. So yeah, then assign into data source property of grid view control. So yeah, data source property of grid view control. So now the grid view control refer to the data set. Then call your data bind. Call your data bind. So when you execute this web application, yeah, so you will get the uh, output of stored procedure. Yeah, then stored in your grid view control. Grid view control. Okay, wow. So when you execute view in browser, so now you are getting output. So yeah, so this is the output of stored procedure. So yeah, this is the output of stored procedure. So what is the task of your stored procedure? Select star from online course. Online course is a table. So yeah, uh, then this is a stored procedure already we have created in SQL Server in ASP.NET. We have called that created stored procedure using connection string object. Using connection string, then command object, command type equal to type dot stored procedure. We need to set the stored procedure property in command type object. Then we need to create a SQL adapter. Using that SQL adapter, we fill the output record into dataset. Then we have to assign the dataset reference to grid view control. So yeah, then I have to create one more stored procedure for update. One more stored procedure for update. So yeah, uh, expand your stored procedure. Here, already I have created a stored procedure for update. This is my stored procedure update. So yeah, what is a command for update? Update table name, set column name, name is a column name equal to RIT student, so where ID equal to ID. This is a parameter. So yeah, this is a parameter. So this parameter value sent by your web application. Yeah, sent by your web application. Yeah, so this is a stored procedure for update. சரியாப்பா ஜஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க உங்களுடைய SQL queryக்கு you have to give name for your SQL query that is called stored procedure using procedure keyword. அதானே? So this is your SQL statement. அப்படிதானேப்பா? This is your SQL statement. So here you have to give a name for this SQL statement. So that is called the stored procedure. Yeah, this procedure stored in your database, SQL Server database. That is called the stored procedure. So yeah, this is a simple example for update stored procedure. So yeah, so whenever we give the ID, the name is modify with RIT students. Okay, with RIT students. So what is our content of your table. What is the content of your table? ID 1 to name RIT student, name CSE. Here when I give ID 2, so yeah, the name the CSE will change with RIT students. சரியா? ஐடி நான் டூன்னு சொல்லி பாஸ் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா ஆல்ரெடி நேம் எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகும்? இந்த சிஎஸ்சி வந்து altered with RIT students. This is a query. சரியா? ஐடி நான் பாஸ் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா நேம் வந்து என்ன செட் ஆகும்? RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட் சொல்லி செட் ஆகும். சரியா? அது சிஎஸ்சி வந்து RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டாக அப்டேட் ஆகும். ஆல்ரெடி எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சரியா? ஹவு டு கால் தீஸ் update stored procedure, sorry, stored procedure for update in web application. So another I have to create a method is called update data. Yeah, you have to create another method is called update data. And here just I declare a variable, integer variable equal to 2. With this value I have to pass to update procedure, stored procedure. Then the rest of the things are same. SQL connection, SQL command. Here the SQL command accept the two parameter. One is first parameter is your update stored procedure. Then second parameter is your connection. Your connection. Then you need to set the stored procedure property into this command object. You open the connection. Open the connection. Then so this statement we need to set. This statement we need to set command dot command object dot parameters. Yeah, so there are parameters are plural. In that parameters, yeah, I have to add with value. This is a parameter passed to uh, stored procedure of SQL Server. So this is a value. So what is the value of A2? What is the value of A2? Okay, so these two assign into ID of your table online course. ID of your table online course. சரியா? ஸோ இப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? This command parameter dot add with value. சரியா? So this parameter again set to this update procedure. This update procedure. So these two இங்கே செட் ஆகும், இந்த இதில் செட் ஆகும். சரியா? அப்டேட் ஆன்லைன் கோர்ஸ் செட் நேம் ஈக்குவல் டு RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வேர் ஐடி ஈக்குவல் டு 2. சரியா? ஐடி 2ல உள்ள எல்லா ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ்லையும் சரியா நேம் என்ன பண்ணிடும்? RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ன்ற ஸ்ட்ரிங்கை வேல்யூவை அப்பன் பண்ணிடும், அப்டேட் பண்ணிடும். ஸோ தான் மீனிங். ஆல்ரெடி எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சரியா? சரியாப்பா? நான் இதை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு என்ன அவுட்புட் இருக்கு? ஆல்ரெடி ஆன்லைன் கோர்ஸில் என்ன இருக்குது? ஐடி 2 வந்து சிஎஸ்சின்னு இருக்குது. நான் என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்? ஐடி 2 பாஸ் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா அப்டேட் ப்ரொசீஜருக்கு வந்து ஐ ஹவ் டு பாஸ் த வேல்யூ ஆஃப் ஐடி இஸ் 2. ஏ என்ன ஆகும்? நேம் வந்து அப்டேட் ஆகும். நேம் என்ன அப்டேட் ஆகும்? ஐடி 2ல் இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் சிஎஸ்சி RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து அப்டேட் ஆகும். சரியா? ஸோ when you click this button call update procedure, when you click this button call update procedure, so this update method will be invoked. சரியா? that method again என்ன பண்ணும்? that method again into call your procedure. சரியா? again once again I execute the page. So now you will affect the update query. சரியா? இப்போ பார்த்தீங்களா நான் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன்? அப்டேட் ஸ்டோர்டு ப்ரொசீஜரை கால் பண்ணேன். அது என்ன பண்ணிச்சு? ஐடி 2 உள்ள வேல்யூவை RIT ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸாக கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிடுச்சு. சரி, அப்டேட் பண்ணிடுச்சு. சரியா? திஸ் இஸ் அ another example for stored procedure. So yeah, this is another example for stored procedure. This is a stored procedure name. So yeah, this is a stored procedure name. Update pro. So yeah, this is called a update pro stored procedure name. So yeah, so likewise, you have to create more number of stored procedure which is stored in your SQL server. Yeah, the best practice to connect or retrieve the data from database, please use stored procedure. So yeah, our sister concern Ramco system practice this kind of stuff. Although also other software companies practice this kind of stuff. Okay, so I request all of you use this stored procedure concept for your capstone project. Yeah, for your capstone project, okay, you should use stored procedure. சரியா ஜஸ்ட் நீங்கள் வந்து எல்லா இடத்துலையும் you need not give the SQL query select star from where. Okay, select star from online course வந்து உங்களுடைய வெப் அப்ளிகேஷன் வந்து so we have to use so many places. சரியா for that just you have to create a one stored procedure that include a query select star from online course. சரியா so wherever needed select star from online course in your web application just you call this stored procedure. Okay, just you call the stored procedure. Okay, so yeah, likewise, you have to practice for your capstone project. Yeah, for your capstone project. So, you have any doubt in this? Shall I move next validation control? లేదంటే డౌట్ இருக்காப்பா okay okay I hope all of you clearly understand how to create a stored procedure in SQL server and how to call that created stored procedure in ASP.web pages. Okay, then I move on validation control. And what is ASP.n validation control means? The validation controls validate the user input data to ensure that unauthenticated data or data don't get stored. So yeah, data don't get stored. Then ASP don't provide six validation control such as record field validator, range validator, compare validator, regular expression validator, and custom validator, and then validation summary. So these are the some six validation control. Okay, so these validation control classes are inherited from the base validator class. Okay, all the validator control class here, all are represented as a class. Record field validator is a class. So yeah, then regular expression validator is a class. The range validator is a class. So all are represented as a class. That is called a validation control classes. So these are inherited from the base validator class. The class name is called a base validator. Class name is called a base validator. Hence, they inherit its properties and methods. Therefore, it helps to take a lot of look at properties and methods of these base classes. So yeah, which are common for all the validation controls. Which are common for all the properties and methods of base validator class. Common for all the validation controls. So yeah, here some of the members are control to validate. So yeah, so these members indicate the input control to validate. Then display, enable plain script, enable the error message text is valid. So these are the some common members of your validation control. Okay, wow. Then first type of validation control is called required field validator. Okay, required field validator. So these required field validator control ensure that the required field is not empty. It ensures that the required field is not empty. So it is generally tied to a text box to force input into the text box. Okay, well, it is generally tied to a text box to force input into the text box. So yeah, uh, let me see a simple example. So here in this web page, uh, I have drag and drop two text box. This is a text box one. This is text box two. So yeah, then this is a recur field validator. So it is comes under the validation category. So yeah, you can see comes under the validation category, which consists of all the validator. Okay, you can see compare validator, custom, range, regular expression, and record field. Thus, you drag and drop this record field validator into this location. So yeah, here I have dropped um, I have placed two record well data. So yeah, this is the first record well data. This is another record field well data. So yeah, just you select your first record field well data. Well data. Here you can see the all the properties of your selected record field well data. So yeah, here you can see the properties of common properties of record field validator. Here you can see control to validate property. Control to validate property. So, yeah. So these indicate the input control to validate. Here what is the input control? Text box 1. So yeah, I have to validate this text box 1. So yeah, ensure that it is not empty. Whether it is uh, ensure that it is whether it is not empty. So yeah, empty or not. You select your record field validator. You can set control to validate. Control to validate. Give your name of the ID of your text box. So once you select your control to validate, here you can see the drop down. When you click the drop down, so yeah, so what are the controls we have placed in your web pages? So yeah, so in that controls, just I want to validate text box one. So yeah, so here I am selected text box one control. So these record field validator validate only text box one. It forced to give the user input. Clear. So what is the error message? Then I have to select your record field validator control. Okay. One more property is called the error message. Here you have to give your error message. Here uh, field is required. So yeah, this is a error message. So yeah, so likewise, I have to select another. I have to select another record field validator. So this validator validate the in text box 2. So yeah, this record field validator validate text box 2. So yeah, the same. So whatever we setting in first record field validator, so yeah, to select your second record field validator, go to control to validate. Yeah, go to control to validate. Select text box 2. Yeah, select text box 2. Then give your error message. So yeah, give your error message. Field is required. Okay, any message mm, you have to give. So yeah, any message you have to give them. So this is a simple example for required field validator. Just you place two text box one, text box two, then you have to place two required field validator. So yeah, one, two, then select your required field validator, then go the properties of specified validator, control to validate, then error message. So yeah, then save that web page. Just you can run your web pages. So yeah, here without um, giving the input data, so I want to click button. So it asks field is required. Okay, it asks field is required. Therefore, this is a simple example for required field validator. Then another example is uh, regular expression validator. Today another expression is regular expression validator. So this regular expression validator allows validating the input text by matching against a pattern of a regular expression. Yeah, validating the input text by matching against a pattern of a regular expression. So this regular expression is set in a validation expression property. Yeah, this regular expression is set in the validation expression property. So likewise, just I have drag and drop another one more text box. So yeah, text box 3. Then I drag and drop the regular expression validator. It comes under the validation category. Regular expression validator. So yeah, so just I drag and drop this regular expression validator. So this regular expression validator validate the text box 3. So whether it is a regular expression or not. So yeah, whether it is a regular expression or not. Just you select your regular expression validator, go for your property of regular expression validator. So yeah, then first we need to set control to validate property. So yeah, select text box 3. So yeah, select which control you want to validate for regular expression. Here, text box 3. So yeah, then error message. So yeah, message. You want to give any kind of error message related to your regular expression. Okay, then so one more property is an important property, validation expression. Yeah, validation expression property. Just you click click on validation expression property of your regular expression validator, which contains number of already predefined pattern. So the already predefined pattern. Here I have selected email address. So this is a regular expression or it is a pattern for checking the email address. சரியா checking the email address. So அது மாதிரி என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கு, it contain URL address, Japanese phone number, Japanese postal code. சரியா, these are the already predefined pattern. சரியா, just here I want to check whether the email address is correct or not. சரியா, whether the user give the email address correct format or not. So I have to select the pattern email address. This is a regular expression for email address. Okay, one. Then you execute the web page. Here I want to give email address wrongly, and click button. Okay, you will get the error message, regular expression validator. So yeah, so when I give the wrong format for email address, so yeah, this regular expression validator give the instruction or error message. So it is needed. It is needed. So yeah, this is another regular expression validator. Then another one, range validator. Another one, range validator. So range validator control so verifies that the input value fall within a predefined range. Yeah, this control verifies that the input value falls within a predefined range. சரியா? So இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there are two type of properties. First you drag and drop one more text box. சரியா? Text box 4. Okay, text box 4. Then you drag and drop the range validator control. So it comes under the validation category. சரியா? Range validator control. சரியா? Then you select your range validator control. You can set first you need to set the control to validate property in text box 4. சரியா? Then another two more properties are minimum value, maximum value, minimum value. சரியா? So நான் என்ன செக் பண்றேன், இந்த input value fall within maximum minimum value, predefined range. Minimum maximum value 100, minimum value 10. Just நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், அங்க கொடுத்துக்கலாம் 1000 or 100. Maximum value 1000, minimum value 100. சரியா? Then you have to give the error message. சரியா? The value fall within 100 to 1000. Yeah, this is the error message. This is a error message. Just you can run view in browser. Range validator on the I give 12. So the value fall within. This is the error message. So when I give 122. When I give within the range 133, the value fall with 100. It is correct. Maximum value 1000, minimum value 100. Is it correct, Anna? Something wrong. 188 கொடுத்தேன் அப்படின்னா I have to check pa range validator என்ன கொடுக்கணும், one second I have to check and give the wrong information. Correct? 100 to 1000 குள்ள நான் கொடுத்தேன் அப்படின்னா எனக்கு it does not give the error message. Correct? ஆனால் it gives the error message. சரியா? Then we go for next compare well data. The next compare well data. So the compare validator control compares a value in one control with a fixed value or the value in another control. Okay. What is the task of compare validator? it compare a value in one control with a value in another control. Here I have placed two control text box, uh, another text box 1, text box 2. So the idea of text box is here txt small number. This is the idea of text box, txt big number. Yeah. So this is a compare well data. So this
Sir,
compare well data
sir,
comes under the validation category. Yeah. This is called compare well data. Yeah. Then you click the compare well data. Then you have to uh, set set the two property control to compare, control to validate. Yeah. Then control to validate first text box. Yeah. txt big number. Control to validate txt small number. Yeah. So these control compare validator compare these two control. Yeah. These two control. Then sorry, you select this compare validator. This is a error message. Yeah, you have to give the message in error message property. Okay, wow. Then what is the operation? What is the comparative task? We need to set the operator property less than. சரியா நான் என்ன செக் பண்ணுறேன் லெஸ் தேன் சொல்லி செக் பண்ணுறேன் ஆப்ரேட்டர் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியில் லெஸ் தேனா கிரேட்டர் தேனா ஈக்குவலான்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்கலாம் சரி என்ன கம்பேரிசன் பண்ணணும் லெஸ் தேன் பண்ணணும் சரியா ஸ்மால் ஸ்மால் டெக்ஸ்ட் பாக்ஸு இது பிக் டெக்ஸ்ட் பாக்ஸு என்ன பண்ணணும் இட் கம்பேர் லெஸ் தேன் சரியா when you click on your view your web page it is a big number 56 is a 12 சரியா when you click button this is a wrong statement சரியா it is not less than none so the error message will be displayed the first number should be a smaller than a second number so this is the error message what is the task of compare validator you check uh, this text box less than this text box so yeah this is the example for compare validator so yeah so another example then validation group yeah then validation group next next validator control on the validation group so the complex pages web pages have different group of information they are provided in different panel okay consider this example this is one panel this is another panel so in such a situation a need for performing validation separately for separate group so yeah so this is one group this is another group so yeah, this kind of situation is handled using validation group so yeah this is the one validation group this is another validation control group control so yeah this is one validation group control this is another validation group control so this validation group control handle these controls this group so this validation control handle these groups so yeah just you have to give set the property for here name of the validation group is called first சரியா இந்த name of the validation group is called first சரியா you have to select validation group control so what is the name validation group first here validation group second here name of the validation group is second சரியா the first is set to text box 1 text box 2 the second is set to text box 3, text box 4. Yeah. So these group of control handled by this validation group. So this group of control validation by this validation group. So yeah, when you run your browser, okay. So these submit button or this validation group handle this group. So yeah, this validation group handle this set of panel. So this is example for validation group. சரியா? Then another example வந்து custom validator. Another example வந்து custom validator. So custom validator control allows writing application specific custom validation routine for both the client side and the server side. So we have to create a validation by our own. That is called the custom validation. சரியா? So this custom control allow writing
Sir,
application custom validation routine.
Sir.
Custom validation routine means methods. For both client side and server side. So the client side validation is accomplished through the client validation function property. The client side validation routine, that is called method, should be written in a scripting language such as JavaScript, VBScript. Client side scripting language, JavaScript, VBScript, so which the browser can understand. So yeah, browser only can understand client side JavaScript, client side VBScript. Then another, the server side validation routine, server side validation method must be called from the controls server validate event handler. Yeah, controls server validate event handler. So this server side validation method should be written in any .NET language. சரியா? C# VB.NET. சரியா?
Sir.
So இங்க நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னா just I have drag and drop one text
Sir.
box. Yeah, then one button. When I click the button, then I have to create a method, user-defined method called custom validator server-side validator. சரியா? server-side validator. இது என்ன செக் பண்ணுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, check the password must be 6 to 12 character and include one capital letter and one lowercase letter and one number. சரியா? This is a pattern. So இந்த இதுக்கு நான் என்ன பண்றேன், I have to create a custom validator. Custom validator எப்படி கிரியேட் பண்ணோம்? With the help of method. சரியா? With the help of method.
Sir.
இந்த அவ்வளோதான் முடிஞ்சிச்சு. இப்போ இந்த மெத்தட் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் திஸ் லாஜிக் டு செக் த கண்டிஷன். சரியா? கேரக்டர் இருக்கணும், அப்பர் கேஸ் இருக்கணும். சரியா? ஸோ அந்த இதுக்குரிய கேரக்டர். திஸ் இஸ் அ ஃபங்க்ஷன். சரியா? இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனை நான் எங்கே கால் பண்ணியிருப்பேன் அப்படின்னா, இதோட HTML ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இருக்கு இல்லையா, இங்கே வந்து நான் கால் பண்ணியிருப்பேன். சரியா? இது வந்து கஸ்டம் வேலிடேட்டர். சரியா? உங்களுடைய டெக்ஸ்ட் பாக்ஸில் நான் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பேன், கால் பண்ணியிருப்பேன்.
சார் நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க.
ஆன் சர்வர் வேலிடேட்ன்ற ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ்ல கஸ்டம் வேலிடேட்டர் ஒன் டாட் சர்வர் வேலிடேட். சரியா? இங்கே வந்து நான் கிரியேட் பண்ண இந்த மெத்தட் வந்து கால் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். சரியா? இந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியில் நீங்கள் செட் பண்ணாலே போதும். ஜஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறீங்கன்னா, ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் எழுதுறீங்க, அந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனை இந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியில் செட் பண்ணுறீங்க, அவ்வளோதான். ஓகே, தட்ஸ் ஆல். ஓகேப்பா, யூ கேன் லீவ்.